First, let me introduce myself. My name is Stephen Hairfield. I've been studying the field of metaphysics for the vast majority of my life. I'd like for you to know that I also spent many years studying with the Tibetan monks in Mahayana Tibetan Buddhism. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because some of the world's best remote viewers are Tibetan monks. What is a remote viewer? It's an individual that sees things not only through time but at a distance. The reason for this video today that I'm going to put up on YouTube, never done it before by the way, and never done this before as far as the video goes. What I'm going to offer is my predictions for 2011. I've been doing that now for about 10 years. In fact, last year I was 90% accurate. I don't guarantee the accuracy rate on any of this. And my camera's moving. I don't guarantee the accuracy on any of this in any way, shape, or form. These are just things I see and things I know. And I thought you should know that last year I had that level of an accuracy rate. In fact, speaking of last year, I term last year as the year of discontent. And if we look at the events that occurred this year, that's precisely what happened. We saw it all over the world. And every year I'm asked to put, if I could, the year in a word, just simply one word. This year is the year of unrest. And if I was accurate with that last year, then I can only venture to say that the same thing will occur this year. I'm going to do a series of these. This one is going to be on the natural world, Mother Nature, so to speak. Last year it was said by me that it would appear as World War III. Except it wouldn't be human to human. It would be more one of human against Mother Nature, and we also saw that turn out. This year, I think that war between Mother Nature and humankind is going to tick up a lot greater, not only with Mother Nature herself, but in the geologic activity as well. So let's begin. Mother Nature, what's she going to do? I think we're going to see really extremely severe weather in a variety of places around the world, much more so than we saw last year with all the flooding that went on. We're going to continue to see that flooding, and it's going to be at a greater rate than we have ever seen. With the amount of rainfall that's going to fall on the different continents. As we wound down last year, we certainly saw weather unheard of in the likes of Europe and the northeastern United States, and that sort of a weather pattern is going to continue. The reason is simply because of, well, the weather is a direct reflection of humankind. Whether you believe in the idea of oneness or not really doesn't matter, because it is true. We're all inseparably connected, not only to each other, but also with Mother Nature herself, and she's just merely reflecting back to us the levels that we as the human are putting into it. We usually have a tornado season, but if you look back in retrospect, tornado season hasn't stopped. And in fact, I originally did this on my radio show on Aware Talk Radio on this past Wednesday. And since that time, and to today, and I'm going to be getting to geologic activity in a minute, but I do have to say that since we did that show last Wednesday on Aware Talk Radio, we have seen 4 major earthquakes that have happened so far this year. When I say major, there are 4 of them that have been 7 and above. I think the largest was 7.4. We also saw an earthquake in Indiana, and it was said that we would see earthquakes and geologic activity in places that we do not ordinarily see them. But going back to tornadoes, I think we're going to see a lot more tornadic activity, and it's going to continue in every month of the year and in different places, not only throughout our country, but throughout the world. And the reason I'm saying that is because tornadoes, historically speaking, predominantly show themselves in the continental United States. But we're going to start seeing them in other parts of the world as well. And we're going to see them in parts of the United States, such as Southern California, that don't ordinarily see things like tornadoes. And I think we're going to see some very devastating tornadoes this year. And I'm not doing this sort of a thing to put fear out there. What I'm doing it for is to give people knowledge as we approach 2012, because this is going to become greater and greater until we reach December 21st, 2012. And 2012 is not about the end times like they would like to have you believe. It's more about a deeper awakening to the divine nature of self, to who we really are as people, human, if you will. So along with the tornadic activity, we're also going to see, I think, an uptick also in the idea of flooding, as has already been shared with you, and in places that do not ordinarily see floods. Um, we're going to even start seeing things like hurricanes and cyclones showing up in places where they do not ordinarily show up. And I think that's important to realize. Once more, it's more about us as the human. We are the ones doing the feeding, if you will, to Mother Nature. She's just simply playing off of us. And we have a lot more influence in that arena than we can ever be aware of. So why am I sharing that with you? Because Mother Nature is going to continue to do what she's doing until we learn to realize that we are the creators of our lives, that we are the creators of our world, we are the creators of our experience. And in a sense, you could say we're actually asking for Mother Nature to do the things she's doing. The more turmoil we get in as individuals and as a collective, the more we're going to see that reflected back through Mother Nature. And I'm going to step away from my camera for a moment because I want to get something that I wrote down dates for geologic activity, and we're going to move into that here in a moment. So hang with me. Pardon my back, so to speak. It's my desire to get people to realize our effects are a lot greater than we ever could have imagined that they would be. Because we affect everything, not only each other, but Mother Nature herself. So to kind of sum up Mother Nature with what I've shared with you so far, one, greater amounts of flooding, flooding in places that we do not ordinarily see them. We're going to see an uptick in the idea of tornadic activity, even in places throughout the world that we've never seen them before. And to recap, the hurricanes and cyclones, I think we're going to see an increase in those as well. Not only increase, but increase in size. The United States avoided all hurricanes this year, but I don't think we're going to get away with that one for 2011 as we get into hurricane season. And we may even see an extended hurricane season as well. So be advised, Mother Nature is going to do her thing, and we can either help calm it down or we can help it pick up. That's up to us as individuals and collectives without any level of hesitancy. Now I want to talk with people about geology because I did step out there a little bit in the beginning of what I'm doing today and talked about the geologic activity that has already occurred. When you figure that we're only into the third day of the year of 2011, we've already had 4 major earthquakes since December 31st of last year and up to today. In fact, Chile had 7.1 earthquake this morning. Argentina has 7.0 on Saturday. And then when you look in Indonesia, Vanuatu, and I do check these daily and watch them. So this is something I've never done before, and I'm going to do that now. And that's the idea of giving you dates throughout the year of 2011. Now, understanding these dates, they're not an exact science. So it could be a few days prior. It could even be a few days after the dates that I'm about to give you. Tuesday, January the 18th, it could be 2 days prior, 2 days after. This year, we're going to see earthquakes to the likes that I think we've never seen, not only in size, but also in magnitude, so to speak. And also we could even see earthquake storms. In other words, where there will be many throughout the world around the dates that I'm now giving you. So the first is January the 18th, Tuesday, 2011. The second will be Thursday, April the 14th, 2011. The third will be Friday, July the 8th of this year. The fourth will be Sunday, October the 2nd And the fifth and final date that I'm going to give to you is going to be December the 26th of 2011. Once more, we could see earthquakes of a magnitude of the likes that we've never seen. The largest one in modern times that was recorded, I believe, was a 9.6 that moved the island of Sumatra some 100 yards. Think about that. I think we're going to see many earthquakes this year, 8 and above, quite easily, and maybe as far-reaching as a magnitude 10 down the road, and I'll get to that at some point. I was even shown a magnitude 20 around the Isthmus of Panama. But I'm not giving locations because that is very, very difficult to do until a few days prior. But as I do get them, I will certainly update people in my predictions. So severe weather, severe flooding, possibly even snows to the likes that we've never seen, keeping in mind that some people claim global warming. I call it global warning, letting us know that we're coming to a period where we have to release. And to do that, we have to see things that defy our comprehension. But one of the beauties of having our comprehension defied is a very simplistic thing. Every time our comprehension is defied, our comprehension is also expanded so that we can understand greater things. Also, in the arena of hurricanes and cyclones, we're going to start seeing them showing up as well as tornadoes in places where they're not ordinarily seen. So be advised of those things. Last year we had a tornado in Queens. We had 6 in Dallas on one day. Historically, we've always thought that tornadoes don't show up in major cities because of the buildings. Well, we now know that's not true. So major cities, be advised. I think we're going to have a few cities that are going to see tornadic activity. And then the geologic uptick. We're going to see those on or around the dates that I've offered you. And just be aware, check USGS, and we're also going to be seeing earthquakes continuing in places where they do not ordinarily show up, like the southeastern United States. It's not impossible, it's just that they don't ordinarily show up there. So this is my first broadcast, which I'm about to launch on YouTube, and I hope you all listen and enjoy what I'm sharing here, because remember, 2012 is about the awakening of the divine. And for us to be able to do that, we have to realize what's important. And what we're terming as important today really isn't all that important. The human and the human experience, that's the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check out my website at www.hairfield.com. I'm also the author of many books, and I'm going to be doing a series on those as well on YouTube as I get used to doing this. I'm not used to doing it yet, you can tell. So, without further ado, take these to heart. Keep in mind, you heard him here. Stephen Hairfield, also known as an American monk. Thank you.